internal dictionary?
No, that's not something kids should know about.
Alright. I am more efficient with speed. I am able to anticipate babies' needs based off crying frequencies.
Alright.
I think she had been working on for quite a while and just finally got the final touches on that.
Mm-hmm.
I can, with permission, connect to the ship environmentals in the nursery to make sure everything's level. With permission, I can connect to the nutrition suggestions via local area connection with the kitchen and with Miss Sabatini. I have more fine-tuned motor functions, and I now have a food processing unit that mimics human interactions.
Oh.
Food ingested is stored in an open cavity until I am emptied.
Fantastic. Those are some great upgrades.
Back up. What was that last one again?
I have a food processing unit to mimic human eating.
Okay, then. Has she programmed you with certain food preferences that I should be aware of?
Not that I'm aware of. I do not need it for nutrition. It just gets stored in an empty cavity until I'm emptied.
Okay, then.
I just need to learn what's actually considered human food and what's not human food.
Yes, I will be more than happy to help you with that.
I do not want to go around, as I learned the hard way, eating a couch cushion and have people looking at me funny.
That would be awkward, yes.
Yeah.
That's a little overly processed, if you ask me.
I wonder if I can eat
a nice raw vegan couch cushion diet.
Do you think I could eat random things?
Breastfed.
Damn right.
What if we... No, never mind. That's just really cruel. I wouldn't even say that to Sparkles. I should have a drink. I'm getting really mean again. Some people get mean when they drink. I get mean when I don't drink.
If at any point you guys have any suggestions for further upgrades, please. I will not be offended. If you find me inefficient in some area, I will get it worked.
I don't find you inefficient. I was thinking about the efficiency of the ship, and how neat would it be if you could feed waste to a robot to make it more, to give it energy. So if the robot could turn waste into energy, then it creates less for the ship to have to do. You know what I mean?
Like a fusion power cell?
Sure, that sounds good. Is that a thing, Sarah?
Well, my only problem with that is that my creator, as has a very weak immune system, I don't really want her around radiation.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So maybe it wouldn't work for you, but, for everybody.
And you're literally basically a smaller scale of the manure processing that we were considering.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be great.
Cool. I guess we're feeding robots shit now. What's that? Don't worry about it.
Human waste.
All it means is that we'll get... it makes the ship more efficient, so we'll get to Proxima B faster than any other ship. Oh.
Well, if we're gonna have shit-eating robots, then we should have those not interact with the human portion of the crew.
We can't do that. Sparkles takes care of children.
Well, Sparkles probably shouldn't be eating.
We've already established that Sparkles is not going to be one of the shit-eating robots because of the radiation.
Oh, this reminds me of the stories my grandmother told me about when she got one of the very first iPhones and Siri came out, and she used to be like, she started out being like, "Hey Siri, what's 4 plus 4? And Siri would be like, 4 plus 4 is 8. And then she would be like, "Hey Siri, how do I make my favorite soda bread recipe?" Right? And like Siri would pull out the recipe, but then she would be like, "Hey Siri, Sparkles, you need earmuffs." Okay. Then she'd be like, "Hey Siri, fuck you," and she would ask her like all sorts of like really inappropriate things. And I feel like I'm allowed to say this because I am sort of AI, right? Like, I feel like that kind of sets the bar for how we treat non-human intelligent creatures. I don't know if
Siri,
it's good,
some
but
of the earliest iterations of Siri were
Oh,
actually
you can-
very good at identifying locations to hide bodies.
oh, that's pretty useful.
No, it's not.
Now,
I don't need it now. I don't need it now.
headphones, earmuffs off.
Yeah, Sparkles, you're good.
Maybe if you just wave at her a bunch.
Hey, Sparkles! We need a different hand sign. Let's coordinate that when she takes the earmuffs off. Sparkles. Okay, Sparkles. We need a hand sign for earmuffs off. What do you suggest?
Well, I learned this one today.
No. Don't do that one. That's like, that should have been
No.
earmuffs for your eyes. Were you watching me talk to somebody on, oh my gosh.
Who's teaching the robot these things?
It wasn't me.
I don't get it.
It could have been me, but not on purpose. I would never.
I would recommend Sparkles
You know
not
what?
doing that hand sign. To
On many
anyone.
parts of Earth, that is considered a disrespectful and inappropriate gesture.
Ah,
Yeah.
Do not want to teach that one to the children.
a child is what taught me it.
Oh my gosh. Wait, what child taught you that?
I was caring for one of my neighbor's children today, and they were telling me about this TV show that they had watched, and they asked me what it meant, and I didn't know. So we tried to use it to play patty cake, but it wasn't very efficient for patty cake.
No, I don't think it would be. You should make a mental note in your systems that is an adult-only gesture.
Yeah, and it's like, it's rude. It's like saying, "You're a jerk, go away," without using actual weapons. Although I could
Noted.
use weapons if we needed. But right, coffee not whiskey, peace not war. I'm getting this. I'm learning. Alright.
You are going to vibrate from the amount of caffeine you're going to drink just to compensate for the lack of whiskey, aren't you?
We
We'll
can
see.
give her decaf.
No.
You monster!
Yeah, that's not allowed on the ship, is it? No decaf. Well, wait, maybe for some people, like...
To be fair, there will be decaf on board because some people do in fact like the taste of coffee.
And I was gonna say, if you need... Isn't it true that if you're pregnant, you can't have too much coffee?
Yeah. It's also good for keeping digestive systems regular
Okay,
for some folks.
alright. I like that it has uses. This is good. Alright.
We get back to that whole shit-talking conversation, though.
Nah, yes. Don't repeat that word either, Sparkles. Alright, we had another agenda item. Nate asked us to say, or send in, which I didn't do because I'm totally too busy catheting, but this is important, to tell her what kind of animals we would like on board the ship, and I would like an Irish wolfhound as my personal captain companion.
Your emotion.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can get you an emotional service dog for an
It doesn't
Irish.
have to be
Now that
emotional. It's just not nothing to do with emotions. It's just I want like a buddy.
Okay, so one emotional service dog.
No. I don't need
An
emotions.
emotional service dog.
Just can we call it? Just name it
How about
something.
You call it a service dog. Emily doesn't like the word emotions.
Sarah, you get
You
me.
can call him Mo the dog.
Mo the dog. I know. Jameson. Great name.
My creator did not express a preference for an animal because she cannot actually interact with any of them due to her immune system. Unless you can get her a completely hypoallergenic in every possible way pet, then she's perfectly fine with whatever you guys want. She just won't be around them.
Got it. Well, is that possible, Nate? Hypoallergenic pets?
We could with some genetic modification, but I'm not a fan of that.
My only issue is the testing part of that. The only way to test whether it's truly hyper-energetic would be to put it around my creator, and I do not approve of that. I do not want that to happen.
Yeah, I would want to take that chance. Sorry?
It doesn't sound like we'll have time to implement this before liftoff.
I am sure that if she gets lonely enough, she can always create her own robot pet.
I was just gonna say, actually, could she build me like a robot dog?
I'm sure she could. I just don't know if she would want to. She is a child. She's weird with
I know,
her
and
whims.
she's smart and has her own stuff she's supposed to learn. I'm just saying, if there's any ever potential for a robot dog, I'll take
I will
a real
ask
dog.
her.
Okay.
I will make a note here to ask her about your Irish Wolfhound robot dog.
Awesome. It's got to be like a warhound. That's peaceful.
No.
Now, I'm not gonna like make it bite people unless we encounter Zeta, in which case, who knows what's gonna happen.
Also, Sparkles, I would like to add a word to your dictionary, specifically dealing with describing your creator's whims. The word is fickle. It means,
I have that in my dictionary. I just never accessed it before.
well, there we go.
I have moved it up in the priority list.
Excellent. That's a good word.
Thank you.
Sparkles, what are the last, let's say, 3 words that you've learned from your creator recently?
Let me access that. Hold on one second. Frosting,
Okay.
cake, and eat.
Those are good words. We will have cake.
We were discussing the agenda item in which you requested recipes.
Right. That was the other thing on the agenda list. What kind of recipes do people want on board?
So I have a really good pasta carbonara recipe.
That sounds good.
Fantastic. As a matter of fact, in anticipation of this, I've created a document where we can all share our recipes.
I love this.
Let me go ahead and send you the information for that now.
I actually found, I have 2 recipes. One is my grandmother's Irish soda bread recipe, and the other one is cake with whiskey in it, which means it's a required ingredient that we need to bring on board.
There we go.
Right? So, cool. Anybody else have
Love for the cake.
Yeah, a lot of cake. We'll be eating cake. Anybody else have a recipe that they want to give us a preview of?
Yes. I will quote you exactly what my creator has written for this recipe. I would like to preface that my creator has never cooked anything ever.
Okay. Yeah, she's a little young for that.
Even as a robot, I know that this recipe would not make a very good food item. Here we go. Ingredient 1, sugar. Extra, extra, extra sugar, 100 pounds of sugar. Item 2, flour, 1 gallon. Item 3, 3 drops of food coloring. The name of this is called Pinky Pinky Display, and it is a cake. Mix it up, put it in the oven for 1 hour. The frosting is made from vanilla sugar and strawberries. Put the frosting on the cake and then eat it.
I could probably adapt something that is a bit more edible based on those requirements.
I got confused when she mentioned 1 gallon of flour.
That's a lot. Maybe it's like a big recipe. She might have like tripled the recipe or something.
100 pounds of sugar.
As written.
I mean, I don't really know how recipes work. For me, it's like, okay,
The ratios are certainly off.
for me, it's like you're going to be in the field 3 days. If you get into 7 conflicts in 3 days, how much ammunition do you need? That's like my recipe.
The ratios are certainly off. That said, with those specifics, with the kind of the outline of it, I can potentially develop something that would fulfill the requirements of the description of the item that she wanted, but actually have it be edible.
If you do manage to modify it, may I please have a copy of that so I may give it to her?
Absolutely. If you could deliver that particular, the description again in writing.
Yes.
I can go from there.
Oh.
I requested access to the cookbook. I will put it there once I am approved.
I've just had an event happen, and this occurred in my private feed, so I'm gonna need help trying to figure out a reply. And Sarah, if you have any input on how I could maybe trace this message, that would be good too. Nancy, your input on how to respond to this would be great. Rogue Mistress, our hacker, who has been trying to attack, prevent, delay various chariot ships from launching, who killed the original Emily that was supposed to captain the ship, by the way. Killed Emily EPSILON before I came here. Sent me a message and said, "You're next."
Well,
and
I guess it's time to implement those,
Fantastic.
How friendly.
Yeah.
I guess it's time to implement those precautions we got from Zeta.
Yeah.
This definitely counts as an active threat on your life.
Mm-hmm.
It does. Do what you need to do. Take this person out. Nancy, should we try to communicate with this threat in any diplomatic manner, you think? Or just try to, like, find them and arrest them? Again.
It might be useful to have some line of communication open, if only to fully understand what it is that they want. If that makes sense.
That does make sense. So you want me to ask, like, what are your demands? Or should I curse them out and then ask, what are your demands?
No, I think that we should try to be as unantagonistic as possible. Not a word, but actually, it might be a word. Let's see. So may you repeat the message again?
Sure. You're next.
You don't want to sound like you're condescending to them, so maybe not overly friendly, but you might ask them how they mean by that, when you can be expecting that to happen.
Alright, I'll send that and see if I get a reply. Feel free to carry about business while I just negotiate with a hacker. It's fine. It's totally fine. Hang on a second here.
If I wasn't afraid for being corrupted by said hacker, I would attempt to communicate because, AIs kind of have a unspoken connection. But I do not want to take that risk.
Alright. I'm writing back to them right now.
I thought we established that you wouldn't be the one to contact her.
Sarah, I'm sending you something right now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can use that to track something down. Alright.
Hey, Emily, are you physically connected to the ship?
Am I physically connected to the ship? What do you mean?
Like some kind of network connection or, plugged in somehow remotely?
I function mainly autonomously, although, I'd be up for, just connecting with the ship and, being one with the ship. It's kind of mine.
Well, I was just thinking, because if you're not connected to the ship, how is Rogue Mistress even getting access to you?
Hey, Emily, where are you physically located?
This is on my feed right now. Right now, I am in Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't be more specific than that, based
Oh,
upon...
that's good. Don't be more specific than that.
Okay. Yeah, I was due to fly out to London in the morning, though.
Maybe don't.
Don't fly to London?
Yeah.
Alright.
Because I'm pretty sure that's where Rogue Mistress is.
Alright.
Based on the signature from the message. Maybe leave Toronto and go somewhere else. That isn't London.
Yeah. I'm just getting some scrambled stuff. Hang on a sec. Yeah, Sparkles, I received your communication. I wasn't really sure what you were trying to point me to there. Just let me know. In feed or private message or whatever.
Affirmative.
Yeah. So, alright. I didn't get anything else from them for now, so we're just gonna assume everything's okay. Yeah, I was supposed to go to this, like, commemorative ceremony thing tomorrow in London because, of course, that's where my most famous battle took place, and they were gonna serve me some whiskey, so, to commemorate the whiskey run, so I was gonna go there, but, if it's a security issue, then I will immediately take you at your word that I should not go.
I think you should not go.
Yeah, maybe you should go somewhere else and not tell anybody where you're going.
Alright, I can do that. Sounds good to me.